Welcome to this presentation on trade-based money laundering red flags. But first, what exactly is a TBML red flag? A red flag is a warning indicator or characteristic of a transaction, party, or document that suggests possible money laundering or terrorist financing through trade channels. Here's what's critical to understand. A red flag is not automatic proof of criminal activity. Rather, it's a signal, like a red traffic light, telling you to slow down, look closer, and conduct enhanced due diligence.
The framework begins by defining the core philosophy. A TBML alert is a signal, not a verdict. In the world of compliance, an alert is a characteristic within a transaction suggesting a risk, but it is never definitive proof of illicit activity on its own. Instead, it serves three vital functions. It is a trigger for inquiry that forces us to ask if a deal makes commercial sense. It provides a basis for scrutiny requiring deeper documentation. And it acts as a tool for judgment, relying on the professional expertise of the staff to assess context. As the BFIU guidelines state, these alerts are warning signs that merit further review based on the nature of the client's business.
The 48 alerts are organized into 10 distinct categories that cover every facet of a trade transaction. The first two focus on structure and relationships. Under the transaction category, we look for structures designed to obscure the deal's true nature, such as unnecessarily complex structures with excessive intermediaries or transactions inconsistent with a customer's known business strategy. Under the parties, the guiding principle is to assess legitimacy. We watch for related parties, importers and exporters with common interests who might collude on pricing, the involvement of politically exposed persons, or the use of front or shell companies operating out of residential addresses.
The framework places heavy emphasis on valuation and substance, noting that the value and nature of goods are primary channels for illicit value transfer. Key pricing alerts include under-invoicing, pricing goods below market value to evade duties, and over-invoicing, pricing above market value to illicitly transfer excess funds. We also watch for phantom shipments, where documents are presented but no actual merchandise exists, and the movement of dual-use goods that could have military applications. Regarding the flow of funds, deviations from logical payment paths are major red flags. Suspicious paths often involve third-party payments with no connection to the transaction, or last-minute instruction changes where a beneficiary suddenly requests payment to a high-risk jurisdiction different from their stated location. These tactics are frequently used to break the financial trail and disguise the ultimate beneficiary.
The physical journey of goods often reveals risks that paperwork cannot. An inconsistent route, such as goods traveling from China to Bangladesh via South America, is economically illogical and highly suspicious. Similarly, unexplained transshipments through high-risk countries or the use of untrackable vessels that cannot be verified in standard tracking systems suggest falsification. Geographic risk is equally critical. Practitioners must use a due diligence checklist to see if a transaction touches high-risk jurisdictions identified by the FATF or entities subject to international sanctions. We must ask, is the shipping route passing through a sanctioned port? Does the vessel have a history of docking in embargoed countries?
The paper trail tells a story, and consistency is key. We look for unusual or altered documents, such as transport bills provided only in copy form or reused documents recycled from past transactions. A powerful behavioral indicator is a customer overly keen to waive discrepancies, suggesting the physical goods are not the true purpose of the transaction. However, the most important concept in this framework is the power of convergence. A single minor alert might be explainable, but a pattern across different categories dramatically increases the risk profile. For example, if a recently formed trading company, parties, exports electronics at a 30% discount, price, through an illogical route, transport, to a fourth country account, payment, these individually questionable points form a highly suspicious narrative that requires immediate escalation.
To conclude, the framework transitions from awareness to action. Practitioners are urged to think beyond the checklist and always ask, what is the commercial logic here? They must be systematic, integrating these 48 alerts into their daily workflow and document everything. A clear audit trail is the best defense and a crucial part of guarding the integrity of the financial system.